This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Brown.
Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown.
42 yards.
And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Throwing is Hurts.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamin Davis. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taken in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Here's 2nd and 10. Hurts. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Montez Sweat. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter.
Picked off by Cameron Curl.
And this one will be brought back to the 22.
So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Rodgers now to throw.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin there to make the grab. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. And Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set them back on 2nd. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Daron Payne in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here's Hurts to throw.
He's going to float this one deep right side.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He finds his man complete. It's Trevino. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in by Samuel.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel.
7 yards to pick up there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
They'll run with Gibson.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now they'll throw with Rodgers.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
51 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. A good red zone run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Lacey.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw here. Being chased out left. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it'll be a third and about 13. Back to throw again. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
From the 22, Rodgers. He's going deep for Brown. It got his man complete. There he goes left side. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson as time expires in the first half. And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Throwing is Rodgers. Slings this deep for McLaurin. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Buying time to his left. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And he's got some space here.
So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Working from the gun, Rodgers.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson.
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Vision and speed, two of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
2nd and 2. 1st down marker at the 8. Gibson again.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Antonio Gibson.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over it.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on third down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. Touchdown, Eagles! A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Elliott good with a PAT. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Still comfortably on top, third quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. It's a 1st down and more for Gibson.
And some space here.
And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 30. 110 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Rodgers throw into the hands of McLaurin.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st down, Gibson. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. On play action, now Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And this one is right through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
3 yards the gain there, second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Airing it out deep for Smith. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Devontae Smith.
65 yards.
And the Eagles get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter. And now can really take some time off the clock. 116 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. His throw incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
On 3rd down, it's Gibson.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A give to Lacey running right. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. This one complete to Lacey. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there.
A huge play there for Washington. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. Broken. Hurts fumbles it. Still going. Now the ball comes loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, Rodgers under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers flushed out right. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll go again with Sanders. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.